Taylor Swift has endorsed Kamala Harris for president. The 14-time Grammy winner shared her support for the current vice president on Instagram, just minutes after the end of Tuesday night's presidential debate. Swift posted, "I will be casting my vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in the 2024 presidential election. I'm voting for Kamala Harris because she fights for the rights and causes I believe need a warrior to champion them," she continued. "I think she is a steady-handed, gifted leader, and I believe we can accomplish so much more in this country if we are led by calm and not chaos. I was so heartened and impressed by her selection of running mate Tim Walz, who has been standing up for LGBTQ+ rights, IVF, and a woman's right to her own body for decades." Swift also condemned a recently generated artificial intelligence photo that showed her falsely supporting former President Donald Trump. "It really conjured up my fears around AI and the dangers of spreading misinformation," she explained. "It brought me to the conclusion that I need to be very transparent about my actual plans for this election as a voter. The simplest way to combat misinformation is with the truth." Taylor Swift said she watched Tuesday's debate and encouraged fans to do their research on the issues at hand and the stances these candidates take on the topics that matter most to them. "As a voter, I make sure to watch and read everything I can about their proposed policies and plans for this country," she wrote. Wrapping up her post, Swift also reminded first-time voters that they must register to be able to make their voices heard. "I also find it's much easier to vote early," she added. "I'll link where to register and find early voting dates and info in my story." She signed off her post as a childless cat lady, taking aim at Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance's viral, "Childless cat ladies" comment. Vance's eyebrow-raising comment came during a 2021 interview with Fox News, as he claimed that America was being controlled by Democrats, corporate honchos, and a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made, and therefore, want to make the rest of the country miserable, too. As Swifties know, the pop star has been a longtime cat mom of 3. Along with her endorsement, she shared an image of herself and her cat Benjamin Button, from the photo shoot for her 2023 Time Person of the Year cover. Swift's endorsement of Harris comes after fans debated whether she would make a political statement ahead of this year's election. She has previously been an open critic of Trump, and expressed regret in her 2020 Netflix documentary, Taylor Swift Miss Americana, for not speaking out ahead of the 2016 election. In May 2020, she criticized Trump for his rhetoric surrounding the Black Lives Matter movement. "After stoking the fires of white supremacy and racism your entire presidency, you have the nerve to feign moral superiority before threatening violence. When the looting starts, the shooting starts. We will vote you out in November, real Donald Trump," she tweeted at the time. She also blasted the former president in August 2020 over his handling of U.S. Postal Service funding to allegedly prevent mail-in ballots, accusing him of trying to blatantly cheat and put millions of Americans' lives at risk in an effort to hold on to power. Swift's endorsement of Harris, meanwhile, comes after her close pal Brittany Mahomes came under fire for alleged support of Trump on social media.